Hi, Taurus. This is Just with your March 2020 general reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Taurus, your reading is very, very, very interesting. The more I look at it, the more the layers unfold. Now, I kind of want to go straight to the naughty part. There is this like, whew, this is a storyline here. But let's get through with the more important stuff, right? To me, the money and career. And so for some of you, I feel like you're making nice at the workplace, right? You're making nice at the workplace. You might need someone for something. You might need someone to kind of lend you a helping hand, do you a favor, give you some information, you need an inside tip. I do feel like for some of you, you may have wanted a particular job. You went after that job, you did not get it. Okay. You may be thinking that you can go back to that job again, or now you have a better position toward getting what you may have lost at some point. I'm telling every sign to be obviously financially conservative right now, at least for the next 2.5 months. That seems to be very prominent. So I think on a whole, we probably all have about 2.5 months, and it could even go up to 4 months. But this is, again, a general rule. It can, doesn't mean that this is information that you have to take with you and obviously use your own discretion. You have to say these things. So I do see some form of loss and needing to kind of reshuffle the board and make some new plans and new strategies of what your next moves are going to be. But in the meantime, this loss, whatever this is for some of you, is a heavy one. You didn't see it coming. I mean, who did, right? Well, at least most of us didn't. And it's like, now you're not really sure. And I do feel like you're a bit on guard. Some of you may be a little bit more paranoid than other people. So you may want to stay away from everyone. Like, you don't trust anyone. It's like, no, I can't help you. No, I can't, So there's a lot of like, we just need to stay away. We just need to stay here. So a little bit of paranoia, I feel. And I do sense if it's not from one extreme, it's the other. So for some of you, that's a little bit completely shying away from people. Others of you are like, come, everyone can come. Let's go here. You all can come. You can come to me. So there's that. Either you're able to help a lot of people, or you're willing to help, and others of you are not interested in helping anyone. So be conservative financially. It's going to be very hard for you to find alternative ways. And that's where this kind of seeing things half, either glass full or glass completely empty, even though it's halfway, right? It's going to be difficult for you to just see, okay, listen, let me just take a breath. Let me take a step back. Let me breathe. Let me take a day. Let me take a minute. Let me take a second, and then things will start coming to me the way it needs to. At least that's how you've been feeling. It's been hard for you to offload a lot of things. So a lot of little things have built up to big things and may overwhelm you and be very stressful. So be careful with that, because I do see that a lot of you have gotten a handle on some of your vices. So you may be pulling back from the things that you do that just isn't the best for you. But in that, it may have taken away your energy, your drive as well, right? And I feel that someone may be overtly controlling you, particularly at the workplace. Some of you may feel stifled or controlled. And you have to conform, even though you don't want to conform. It's like, I don't want to make nice with all these people. I just want to come here and do my job. And it's like, well, no, that's kind of not how it works. And since it's not a lot of other options out there for you, well, I guess you're just about to start making friends now, aren't you? It's that type of thing. Even though, God damn it, you don't want to do it. This is not your world, and everyone is living in it now. Now, I know you might be thinking what I just said was very harsh. But no, I'm not saying anything harsh, because I'm not saying it in a nasty sort of way, but it's not that sense of like, I'm a Taurus, I lean in, I take my time. No, you're going to have to adjust, and you're going to have to adapt, and I know it doesn't feel so good, but in the meantime, and you're going to do it, you will acquiesce, at least for now, and you will give yourself the time necessary, because under the circumstances, it's that type of thing. For a lot of you, it's this under the circumstances sort of thing, but in the meantime, you're planning and you're plotting. There's a plan and there's a plot in place for you Tauruses out there, I see. Now, in the home life, it looks like you are schlepping with someone. You know, it's that ball and chain. It's someone in your life or in your home that you may be feeling like they're more of an expense than anything. Some of you may also feel like you kind of just like the walls are closing in on you and you want to get out. You want to bust out. I also feel that for some of you in your area, wherever you live, it is so fluctuating, the weather, that someone now is under the weather because 1 minute it's cold, 1 minute it's snowing, 1 minute it's hot, 1 minute it's like the weather's all over the place. But I also see that for some of you, you're trying to strategize and plan an escape. Maybe it's like, I'm always taking care of you. I'm leaving today. I'm going to the store. I'm going out for a friend. I'm going, so there's some type of a plan or a plot to try to escape, your day to day, and even move is what I get here. I never even seen this. It's funny how you look at cards and all of a sudden you never seen something that you saw before. So I feel like I also see like conspiracy theories. Like some of you are coming up with the rhyme and reason to why this is going on and that going on. Well, that's probably that Uranus that's in you right now. And also I feel that for some of you, you're making plans and just preparing for this future, this hope, this wish, like you're hoping and wishing that everything kind of falls into place. And in the meantime, you're kind of trying to put the pieces to the puzzle. Go check your car, your computer, your phone, anything mechanical at this time. We're just coming out of Mercury retrograde, but it's in shadow. So you may have experienced this, and some of you may be needing to get this taken care of, but the money that you have to put out, you may not be able to do it right now. I see all changes, sensor lights coming on, even medallions in front of your cars falling off and that sort of thing. So, or even emissions test failing. So just see about your car if you can. But again, it seems like for some of you, your money is going to be a bit tight. You also may not be willing to pay whatever they're telling you need to pay in order to fix the car. So there's that, right? There's this lack of being able to be a little bit malleable and pliable and adjust and conform. It's going to be kind of difficult for you to do that, even though everything around you is kind of suggesting you do just that. Females in your life will be a help. Men at times will feel or even be an hindrance to you. Doesn't matter, because I do feel like especially if you're a Taurus woman, you can kind of matrix through it. It's not a big issue. But overall, even through all that I said, you guys still have very much your wits about yourself. You're in control. And again, you will get along as much as necessary and when necessary. Now, that being said, let's get into your love life. So, Taurus, have you strategically gotten in between two people? Have you strategically gotten in between two people? Some of you may be going back to career, going back to everyday life. You may be a counselor, go-to person where people, like a marriage counselor or a family court person, you may do something where you intervene. You're a mediator or something like that. But back to love. I do see where some of you may have gotten in between two people. Okay. And it's just by being you. It's just by being little old you. I feel that there has been this sense that you're changing big time, Taurus. You don't see commitment the way you used to. You may not feel like you have to live with your person all the time. You may not feel like you should be married first and then have a child. And you may accept someone's unconventional, untraditional ways in love. You may accept it. You may accept it. There's something here about not wanting to wait the process out, not wanting to, and not being able to kind of let it go completely. And so there is a conformality that you're going to kind of acquiesce to. Does that make sense? There's some type of acceptance that you're going to give to a relationship. It's like, if you don't know, you don't need to know. What you don't know won't hurt you. Some of you are in that mindset. You're just letting it go. I'm telling you, someone is in your life, and it's so, this person is going to change you. They're in your life to change you. And it all has to do with this Uranus energy. And it's part of a liberation, but you won't see it until years down the line. You'll look back and say, wow, I remember this is when I kind of changed, and it was this situation. It may be this person, it may be a series of things, but they help contribute to your different way of thinking, this change in the way that you're thinking. Okay. And so for all of you, it'll be different, but I see someone is slowly but surely chipping away with you. And eventually you get to this place where it's like you're more okay with it. You're more comfortable. And it's like, as long as I have this, this, and that, my bills are paid, you're doing whatever the understanding, quote unquote, is, whether it be verbal exchange and understanding, or it's just a knowing, there's some type of an understanding that rests on, that rests within this commitment with you and this person. And you have someone that sneaks over to your home quite a bit. You may have, some of you are stepping outside of your relationship. You have a ball and chain. You have someone who really isn't adding to your bottom line, and they are kind of, they're kind of keeping you, dragging you down. But but you're not necessarily going to just leave them. You do still have some form of loyalty to them, but it's very clear what you need to do. So for some of you, you're planning to get away from someone, but it's just a tactical move right now. You just have to put your plan in place. It's not a time to act. Others of you, you're just going to succumb to, seeing someone else. You do have love and commitment and devotion to one person, but you need more. And instead of, and not instead of, you understand that this person that you have is limited. Well, your needs is bigger than these limitations, and you're going to feed it. And so you're going to be very strategic in how you feed these needs, right? And for all of you, like I said, it'd be different. For some of you, it's just one person, and it's, you give me this and I'll look the other way, or keep it clean and I'll keep it cute. It's that type of thing. So yeah, when it comes to you Tauruses and relationships and love relationships, as it relates to some Tauruses, is changing big time. Someone may have admitted to you that they don't want to get married ever. They don't want anything traditional. They don't want to go down, like they don't want that. And now you understand. And it's like in that moment, you realize that you grew up in that moment with that person, because now you realize, is this really your forever person? If they don't want this, well, then you need to make some adjustments. And so there is the other woman is here. For some of you, you are the literal other woman. And for others of you, you're becoming the other woman. You're becoming a different woman. The woman that maybe you said with your girlfriends or your family, I would never. The woman that you never thought you would be. The woman that you would look at and maybe you had choice words, but it's not nice to say bad things, The woman that, and I don't want to say bad things, but it's a type of woman that for some of you may say, I never thought I would be. Right? Welcome to Uranus. And so this is a very specific, and this could be little things that you as a Taurus would have never. And to some extent, you've had to sit back and say, well, yeah, I have changed. And even these things that I never thought I would even be interested or give interest to, now I find somewhat interesting. Well, it's just Uranus, darling. It's really nothing you could do about it. Taurus singles, I feel for some of you, you're not really sure if you want to kind of step your toe back into something with someone. It's toxic. That's why you haven't reached out, or you're glad that they haven't, right? And I feel that to some extent, it takes you outside of your normal self. But you still find yourself waiting. You still find yourself thinking about this person, waiting for this person. It being very difficult to fully move on from this person, because you know that there's still love there, and either you or this person is extremely stubborn. And I feel you both in your own right are extremely stubborn. And there's just some things about this person that they're not going to budge from. So it's like, do you overlook these things, and do you still entertain? Now, for others of you who are just completely single, I feel like you feel good. You feel like, I'm okay. I'm in a good place. Single. No, I don't want a relationship. I don't want anything committed. No, I'm not going back to people that I know that's not good for me. And I'm not just going to jump into anything either. I'm going to focus on my work, and I'm going to wait my turn until it's my time to shine. And we're talking about career here. I feel like typically for some of you single Tauruses, you may have found yourself being entertained or entertaining people that are just rush back into your life, or you just jump into something, or you may find yourself, giving people second chances over and over and over again. And it's like, no, that's not happening. Not at all. Either you come correct or you don't come at all. And it's like a lot of different changes. So it's almost like the serious Tauruses that always had a certain stature about themselves, maybe switching the switch and becoming more free, more open to the possibilities of things that they wouldn't consider in the past. And now the more open, more free Tauruses maybe flipping that switch and becoming a far more conservative and more closed and more stringent and what they will not allow. So I just see complete change overall. You're changing, but it comes through these experiences with people that has created that domino effect, and thus creating the other woman, and I would say the other man. And sorry for Taurus men out there that it seems like I'm always only focusing on Taurus women or the women. No, typically, well, it may sound that way, so I do apologize if that is the case. But no, same thing for you Taurus men. I want to say that there's a huge change that's within, but the effect comes through relationships with others. So now in the extended, we're going to look deep into this relationship and see what's going on with this person. How do they feel? What do they want to tell you deep down inside? What are they challenged by when it comes to you? What are they hiding? What secrets are they keeping? What's going to happen in this relationship? How do they see you right now? And what's the outcome of where you guys will be long term? We're also going to look at Taurus singles down the line, what's coming up for you in love. And we're doing the Aries through Pisces. How do they feel? So if you're interested in that, click that link below and you can finish this reading off. If you would like something personal, click the link to my website, set something up for yourself. Comment in the comment section below. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I'll be back very soon with another one. Take care, Taurus.